It's your team, man. Salute. Oh, you're not gonna salute Matilda? I zeke Zeon every time they fucking zeke, man. You're not gonna salute your own guy's death? Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with another episode of Mobile Suit Gundam. What are your thoughts about last episode?
A lot of action, quick pace. Not really much happened in personal development other than we're, like I mentioned earlier in an earlier episode, keeping the situation with Mirai and Bright going. Not interpersonal relationships so much as each one of them dealing with the fact that Bright is down with exhaustion and also the shock of Kai's death and then Ryo's death. I already killed someone of the character. And Mirai has to step in, but she is unsure of what's going to happen. In fact, she spends most of the episode just reading the manual of how to lead the white base, We also know something we haven't noted before in any discussions. That Zeon has high-level spies in the Federation, so they know everything that's going to happen, or apparently it's going to happen with Operation Odessa. So there's that as well.
I think the biggest character development is obviously Sayla and Mirai's friendship.
I think they've been friends for a while. I mean,
the hate look she got from across the bridge was a bit of something.
I don't know if it was hate. I wouldn't characterize it as that.
I would, and did, in fact.
Exactly. But
Sayla hates authority. Seems like.
What's authority done for her? Think about it.
Med school?
Yeah, but every other time it's got into trouble and nearly killed multiple times.
Free pool?
So. Yeah. Free pool?
Yeah, you don't remember... Look, maybe you've forgotten Don T-Blow.
Yeah, but then Don T-Blow got killed. Well, messed up.
Don T-Blow was authority. He helped her. He didn't hurt her.
Another authority figure also got in and messed things up. So
again, though, Don T-Blow was the authority, and he only helped her. Now, a different authority butting into that has nothing to do with the authority that is Don T-Blow, who also, also threatened to throw out Jimba. Sorry, I forgot Ramba's dad's name for a second. Yeah. Jimba for inviting Anaheim in to possibly make things as bad as they turned out to be. In fact, Jimba is the cause of that other bit, because obviously, Cassilia had the spies watching the place, so when Jimba invites Anaheim in, that's when the attack happens afterwards. So yeah, what does authority do for her? Free pool.
Free pool. I guess that's important enough.
Well, also schooling. Again, I said med school, but technically Don T-Blow takes them to Texas. Colony, not actual Texas. Wherein they get put into a school. We don't specifically see her at school, but we know that they go to a school due to Char having apparently a really good time there.
By beating up bullies, yes.
Yeah. Well, yes, yeah. You gotta get out of that aggression somehow. You don't want to take it home with them.
No.
So, yeah, I'm just saying, good things from authority have happened to her. Maybe not recently. Then again, we don't know what she was doing on Side 7.
Oh, we do. He was the only doctor/nurse in the Side 7 because there was nobody else.
It's fair. I forgot. That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we know she got sent there, but specifically, like, within the time period of several months that have passed.
Yeah. I think she was probably on her own. She was sent, if she was the only person sent, then...
That doesn't seem plausible. The idea that a colony of 13,000 people, or however many it was in the thousands, would have no doctors at all, seems I don't want to use the word impossible, but I forgot what I was going for when I was going for unplausible. Is that a word?
Improbable?
That's also improbable.
Not impossible, but improbable. Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess this show is also telling us that everything you need to know you can learn from a manual. Gundam piloting? Amuro read the book.
Yeah.
Commanding a military ship? Read this manual.
Just read the damn book, Shinji.
Get in the book, Shinji.
Choji is a name, by the way. I didn't make that up. I just got the wrong name. Choji. Shogi.
Yeah. If you watch Red Letter Media, you know he has a variety show. Shoji Jabuchi, I think, is his name. Actually, I believe it doesn't turn out to be very good either.
Yeah.
Yeah, check out your Wheel of the Worsts if you want to see what we're talking about there. Other than that, I guess we have the reintroduction of the Black Tri-Stars, which we haven't seen since Origin, since I believe them getting their custom Zaku 2s and being upset that Char is removing his limiters. Sorry, that's wrong. We've seen him since then, since technically the Battle of Loom takes place after that. I got confused because it's the first thing in Origin, and also it's like the next to last thing in Origin.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, they're upset that Char is showing them up there as a result of having the limiters removed. Essentially, the Zex Marquis story from Wing when it comes to the Tall Geese. The Tall Geese has no limiters; it kills its pilots. Char has his limiters removed, so he can kill other pilots.
And also, we got an upgrade flying gun. It's a carrier for the Gundam, so it can fly.
It's literally the same thing that we see the goofs flying around in.
Yeah, but it also is a tank. It has tracks.
No, I think that was carrying it on that. Because that looked like
it still had tracks.
No, that looked like a gun parry thing for that object. So kind of like the thing that we saw the Zeon they weren't the goofs. The Zeon Zaku 2s being carried around in just for the gun parry.
Yeah, no, but it rolled out on the tracks.
It rolled out on... That's what I'm saying. It's like an 18-wheeler flatbed truck. It was just a transportation the gun parry had to transport this thing. It wasn't part of it. You could tell because it was a different color scheme.
We'll see.
You're saying that with a tone of voice of, I know what I've seen before, and I'm not going to spoil it, but you're wrong. And I'm saying that the thing that you're talking about had the same color scheme as the gun parry. You wouldn't make a black and blue thing and say, let's put an orange yellow head on it. The same color scheme as the gun parries. All right, well, you have anything else?
Nope.
All right, I say we go ahead and get on into it.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Well, I guess we're going to have to get used to a show without bright orange hair.
Oh, hair is red.
It's not red. It's way too bright for red.
I mean, it's on the brighter side, but it's not quite orange. This is orange.
I don't know. It's like almost in the neon territory. So that's why I'm like, I'm siding with orange. Mostly because orange gets into the brighter color shades than red tends to. Oh, since orange is itself a mix of yellow and red in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yellow is a brighter color than red can be. Although I guess that's just a gradient of luminosity. Same problem, or that's not even a problem, same topic as I bring up with Frontier when it comes to Cheryl Name's hair, in that it's not a natural looking color.
There's also Ranka is also not a natural light color. She has green hair.
Sure, but Cheryl's is like
Pink.
if Starburst wanted to have a commercial with hair colors. It's just like it's a weird combination of a whole bunch of colors and muted tones at the same time, while also being neon. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Oh, now they're Dodai bombers and not DOPs.
No. Oh yeah, you're right. It doesn't seem to have the tracks on.
Note to self: turn it to Japanese. Also weird that you send out bombers to take on a flying air force.
No, but I don't think the bombers are the things that
the transcription said Dodai bombers. I'm just reading out loud what it said.
おふざけでない。全く問題ならぬプランです。地球連邦軍の包囲の中からマクベはどれだけ貴重な資源を送り届けてくれたかお忘れか。モビルアーマーの実用化も
the Federation has a siege. That's interesting. So that explains why they don't have
add to the slap
complete
counter. You're the one controlling the slap counter, not me. Remember?
Yeah.
その上であなたのメンツも立ててあげましょう。地球での白兵専用のモビルスーツはシャーチューさんに回す手立てをつけなさい。
Yeah, we're mentioning Char.
当たり前です。シャアがマッドアングラー隊に降りるまでに間に合えばよい。
Mad Angler.
各部隊に配属中の重モビルスーツで地球の戦闘に耐えるものがあるはずです。それを回すことも考えるべきでしょう。ドームを回しましたか、3連星に。
すでにマクベと合流すべく衛星軌道に発信した頃だ。
No, they were Zaku's in origin.
それでよい、それで。すべて臨機
So
応
I'm
変
just
にな。
like distracted by the shoulders.
月を占領するキシリアには地球上の戦いに
What a Warcraft
自ら
style
出撃するわけには
shoulders.
いかなかった。各地での戦いが不安定であったからだ。彼女にできることといえばジオンの三連星とあだ名される直属の勇士たちを
Who's talking right
マクベの
now?
元に送り届けることぐらいであった。
The narrator?
I'm sorry, we were like focused on a space station. I'm like, okay, we have to zoom in, and like, nope, we're still on the space station. So I'm also distracted by the thought of how is she not angry at McQueeve for just letting this go? You had
おは
them.
よう。
おはようございます。マチルダ、注意。
これは
ガンダムのパワーアップパーツ用の備品です。結局修理は自分でやるようになりますから、整理してたんです。
さすがですね。
どちらへ？
ブリッジへ上がります。
ご
Yeah,
案
it
内
is.
します。
It is
I
It
know
is more
where
on
it
the other
is.
それ
side.
でも容量があるんです。
More on the
近道の
Kool-Aid kind of side.
I think it's like in a territory where no one's gonna say either of us are wrong.
おはようございます。おはよう。アムロ。
なんだよ。
さっき食事が終わったら私の部屋のエアコン直してくれるって言ったでしょ。
そうか？
もううるさん。
あのマチルダさんってよ。
It's fine, we know he's made of rubber, he can jump up and down stairs.
マチルダさんみたいなの恋人だったら最高だよな。
手の方がお留守のようね。
おはようございます。注意。
素敵
We saw where that other hand went.
注意。恥の書きついでであります。後ほどご一緒に写真を撮らせていただきたくお願い申し上げます。
いいわ。今すぐならね。
は、光栄です。
Everybody has a
いい
crush
加
on
減にして
Matilda.
くれよ。
Well,
12枚し
yeah.
かコピー取れねえんだぞ。いいじゃねえかよ。よし、もう撮るからな。それ。
Ah, the way cameras used to be. I guess you can have a phone that can do that, right, as well. Delayed. On a timer.
I'm sure there's an app for it.
ご苦労様。あ、
There's always an app for something.
すいません、注意。
思ったより元気そうね。
失礼します。
Well, it's a shame she's gonna be dead by the end of the episode, apparently.
Yeah.
Remember, Elren was told to slow down the operation.
集結を急がせたまえ。 しかし軍は実行あるのみではないのかね。
あ、レベル将軍、空軍のパトロール隊がキャッチした報告書であります。
ジオンの戦艦ザンジバルが降りてきたと。その件はこのビッグトレイからも確認しておりますが、いや、
Big tray. Is that the...
黒い三連星が新型モビル
I was about to ask if that was a space station. Obviously, it's not because the space station was Zeon.
私を捕虜にした兵士たちだ。手強いぞ、これは。オデッサデーの開始を早めるしかないな、エルラン。早速各部隊に伝えます。
顔色が優れませんが。
ジェダック、貴様ダブルスパイではなかろうな。黒い三連星がザンジバルで降りてきたこと、レベルには筒抜けだったぞ。
まさか。
How the fuck would he be spying for both
オデッ
sides?
サ作戦の開始が早くなったとマクベンに伝えろ。
予定は繰り上がりそうですか、大佐。
はあ、まず大丈夫です。
アムロはガンダムのパワーアップパーツを。
はい。マチルダさん、なぜ補給部隊に入ったんですか？
そうね。戦争という破壊の中でただ一つ物を作っていくことができる。
Oh yeah, that's a death flag right there. Oh, I joined to create things. There you go, showing Amuro
戦
building.
いは破壊だけでも、人間ってそれだけでは生きていられないと私には思えたからよ。
Building the thing that I forgot the word for.
選択
I
が終わ
mean,
った。
our green-haired boy in Seed gets chopped in half, literally a conversation away from Athrun asking him why he fights. So it's literally
思うんです。
death flag
マチルダさん
material.
って強い方なんですね。
生意気ね。
すいません。
いいのよ。
Despite appearances, I'm only 17.
まあ任せろ。シャアと我々とは
So those are
訳が違う
Doms,
って
huh?
早速木馬と白いモビルスーツとやらを見せてもらおうが。まあいい。オルテガ、マッシュ、行くぞ。
God, I can't remember his name. Because he's the one that meets with Ramba when the testing is first being done, and they were friends. I just remember one of the names stands out as not being like in theme with the other ones. Ortega, Mash, and
何が？
敵です。モビルスーツ3機、2時の方向から侵入してきます。
現役隊生。ミラ、頼む。
oh, Miguel. He's Miguel.
おらいおらいおらい、ミディア3番機をホワイトベースの前からどけろ。
操縦権が上についたのはいいけど、一人でうまくやれるかな。
Huh, now they solved the issue that Rio is no longer there.
やってるんでしょ。できますよ。
I guess kind of just like the gun tanks from Origin, where you can control them from the top or the bottom.
第二監視網に
Time
入りま
to
した。
see what the Doms can do.
ガンダムはどうなっていて？それが G アーマーのチェック中です。それに私に降りてこいって。誰が？技術大佐の関さんです。 G ファイターに乗れということで。そんなジョブジョンじゃいけないの？彼だってパイロットよ。モビルスーツの経験者ということです。そう。その席には
Not good experience.
代わってもらいましょう。
未来さん。
Oh, she did better the second
エ
time.
ンジンです。鳴らし運転を忘れないでください。
了解。じゃあフラボ頼むわ。行きます。
He did well the second time. Well, see, he has the tracks.
Yeah, but that's not what I was talking about.
That was what I was talking about.
コンピューターがやら
Well,
れたら
good for you, I guess.
手動でドッキングさせられる。ただし時速600キロ以下だと。
I was really talking about a thing that had an orange head on it, which is not
来
here.
ました。
急いで。はい。これ G ファイターじゃない。確か G アーマーって。大丈夫かしら。
一度でもガンダムに乗ってりゃ簡単なもんですよ。
では
Again, that's what I was talking about before. The assumption that because you've handled one, it's a transitive property. You've handled a locomotive walking machine before. You can handle a flying aircraft. Also, you think the communications devices that they use in here inspired Solid Snake's mid-screen transition?
エンジンの出力がアップしません。これでは離陸しても。
専門家に見てもらう。
はい。
フラボー、マチルダ注意と関大佐を至急呼んでちょうだい。
ホワイトベースどうした？なぜ離陸しないのか？
メインエンジンの出力が上がりません。
何？大佐。
フラボー、アムロセーラの G アーマーは？
セーラさんが手間取ってます。ガンダムとのドッキング操作がわからないって。
構いません。アムロに任せて発進させな。大丈夫です。G アーマーやらせなさい。はい。
I mean, you are a ranking officer on the ship right now.
アムロ、セーラさん、発進願います。
Yeah, but she doesn't want to undermine her. I think that's the point.
1番、2番。
セーラさん、行きますよ。
どうぞ。
エンジン全開、発進軸合わせ。よろしい？
オッケ
ー。Also, Sekai, a god we've never seen before and still haven't seen. If we're extremely lucky, he'll die off camera, and I'll never have to take a picture of him.
左が。いただき。
Don't waste your ammo.
来た。
Gun parries. Completely just gun fodder. Oh, that's what they should have been called. Gun fodder.
セーラさん、左へ。セーラさん、G アーマーの時はそちらの方がコントロールしやすいんです。頼みます。赤外線モニターいいですか？G アーマーの手法は僕が撃ちますから。どこだ敵は？後ろか。急速反転。
了解。
もっといっぱいに引いてください。ラップを力いっぱい踏んで。
I just grabbed the show to watch with this picture off. Gotta pull it harder.
まずいな。大きいだけ小回りが効かない。しかし G アーマーのビームキャノンのパワーなら。
Also, effectively, they've made the gun tank only require one pilot, and now the Gundam require two.
標準に入ります。了解。そう、40度で入ってください。よし、行け。
ああ、うるさい早め。しかし見たことはないぞ。木馬のデータ。
How the hell is Matilda gonna die this episode? We're over halfway, and she's on the bridge of the white base.
爆撃にしてもあの形は知らんな。
ミサイル、射角マイナス4度。
やるな、得体の知らない戦闘機め。
Not even shook by
シ
it.
ンクロモーターそのものは問題ない。変じゃないか。
こちらも異常ありません。
調べ直せ。
G アーマー苦戦中です。ガンキャノン、ガンタンク交代してます。
マチルダ注意。
大丈夫。関大佐はやってくれます。フラウボー、私の身で焼きいつでも出撃できるようにと伝えてください。
はい。少し間に合わないかもしれない。
どうしてそう思うのです？
理由はありません。そう思えるんです。
何か？
いいえ。
So is Mirai a new type? That's gonna turn out to be true?
心配性のようね、あなたは。
でしょうね。人にはそう言われます。アムロ、セーラ、カイ、ハヤト、頑張って。
Well, at least she answered her own question about how she's gonna die. The Medea is constantly getting into fights and losing.
俺は敵の足を止めることさえできやしない。やるな。セイラさん、
大丈夫。敵は
だいぶ入られてしまいました。山陰に入ってください。
ガンダムになるわけ？
はい。
パーツのドッキングできるかしら？
できますよ、セイラさんなら。セイラさん、いつも僕にそう言ってくれました。
お返しってことね。
やってみるわ、アムロ。
It's been at least 10 episodes since I openly mocked your ability to fight over the radio.
異常がありましたら、いえ、大丈夫、いけます。
Gotta sell more toys.
2、1、0。
大丈夫ですか、セイラさん。
コンピューターが全部やってくれたわ。さあ、アムロ、ホワイトベースへ急いで。
了解。ミディアが。まさかマチルダさんの。
Again, I don't have no idea why you'd launch in the middle of a fight.
原因は分かりました。3分待ってください。
2分で済ませてください。
主砲、撃て。全部ミサイル水平発射。
モビルスーツか。
Yes, you knew a fight was going on. We
これ以上やらせるか。
避けた俺の狙いを。
バルカンが効かないのか。しまった、ホワイトベースに。
あ、連邦のモビルスーツ、わざほどではないわ。なあ。
あと一息でホワイトベースは生き延びるというのに、こんなところでむざむざと傷つけられてたまるものか。
So you're gonna jump into the most destructible ship ever made. One that almost got taken out by a dop, remember?
あのパイロットめ、ただもんじゃないぞ。オルテガマッシュ、モビルスーツにジェットストリームアタックをかけるぞ。思ったより素早いぞ。いいな。おう。
こいつ来るのか。うわー。
いけるぞ。もう一度ジェットストリームア
I
タ
mean, that
ッ
was
ク
pretty
だ。
cool at the same time. But you know that the Black Tri-Stars are pretty good at teamwork.
ミディア、誰が乗ってるんだ。来る。しまった。うわ
おお、俺を踏み台にした。
そのまま地面に叩きつけるんだ。
この野郎、あと一息ってところ。
Oh no, I wonder if she survived. Honestly, I'm more shocked that the Black Tri-Stars die this episode.
Oh, one of them did.
Given all the introduction we got to them in Origin. It's crazy how much story we got on a bunch of characters that like die in one episode in this series.
マッシュのドンがやられた。ジェットストリームアタックをすり抜けるなんて信じられん。
Memory serves, MASH is the one that goes against Ramba in the testing phase.
いいニュースだ。ホワイトベースはジオンの黒い三連星を退けて戦線に復帰したよ。それはおめでとうございます。いや、さすがだな。ホワイトベースもいよいよ本物だ。奴ら
よくもどこにそんな力があるというのだ。
Secret weapons technology.
は、マクベの基地を叩くオデッサ作戦、本日午前6時をもって開始する。
What time is it? It's pretty bright in the day for it not to already be 0600.
ミデア輸送部隊マチルダ隊の戦死者に対して哀悼の意を表し全員敬礼。
It's your team, man. Salute. Oh, you're not gonna salute Matilda? I zeke Xeon every time they fucking zeke, man. You're not gonna salute your own guy's death?
Doing carrying a coat? Wow, the theme song. She got the theme song. The slow rendition of the theme song.
私が不慣れなばかりすみません。
I mean, arguably, I believe Matilda more than your own experience. I know like there's a way to blaming the victim, but she kept fighting. She kept insisting on flying a Medea into a combat situation.
マチルダさん、マチルダさん、マチルダさん、マチルダさん、マチルダさん、マチルダさん。
I guess it just goes to show you that Fra was not his first love.
Well, it was one-sided anyway.
オデッサ作戦開始前に裏切り者が捕らえられたことが地球連邦軍を勝利に導いた。
Right, Earth wins.
3連星の生き残りの2機のドムは執拗にガンダムに迫る。仲間の敵を討たんがために機動戦士ガンダム次回オデッサの激戦。君は生き延びることができるか。
The worst part about this show is the fucking narrator.
Yeah, well.
Guess what's
If you didn't
happening
know what
next
was-
episode? Matilda dies. You know what's happening next? Earth wins. Like, what? Come on, man. I didn't have
You
any
can't say
emotion.
I'm not spoiling it.
Yeah, the narrator
Not
is.
my fault. Yeah.
Well, it's like I didn't have any emotion for Matilda dying because I had the whole episode to know it was happening anyway. Now I have no. I mean, obviously, I figure the Federation's gonna win a Day because they're painted as the good guys. But now I have no worries. They're just gonna win. And I'm pretty sure now that if the narrator doesn't say someone's gonna die, we're all good. Elrond is gonna get captured. Probably Judok. And we win. Yeah, I noticed for a big old portion of the episode, you just stopped talking. So it's like,
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Well, it was, first of all, I was enthralled what I was watching, but also the fact that it was like, yeah, this is inevitable. It's gonna happen.
Well, it's the third time she's gone out in the Medea into a combat situation. And remember, a DOP almost took her out before. So, 3 black tri-stars in DOMs, which is the highest rated mobile suit we've seen so far.
Yeah.
She thinks, oh, I'm going to fly out there with, well, we didn't even see a gun crew on her this time. Usually they had like tiny little guns. And we've already shown that the Gundams Vulcans couldn't do anything. So literally, I'm going to fly out there and be like a target.
And she was.
Yeah, for no good reason.
And she died for it, yeah. I mean, I guess her thinking was, I'm going to buy White Base enough time to take off because they were having problems taking off. But not the best way to do it. I mean, it's going to be,
Well, they already had the Gundam and everything out there. Literally, she's the Indiana Jones of the situation, which is to say, if she wasn't there at all, it would have played out the same.
Pretty much.
So, good job, team. I mean, Not a lot of point to this episode other than getting the engines fixed.
And killing Matilda.
Or MASH, depending on which one you care about more.
Killing Matilda.
Well, I don't know. You didn't salute, man.
No?
Again, you say Bright's your guy, but you won't represent the team. Again, anytime there's a Zeke Zeon, I'm Zeke Zeon in, man. You gotta represent the team.
Yeah. Okay.
How many characters now have died than your side that you haven't done anything about? To be fair, and your side is the side that gets all the funerals. I don't get anything on my side. I got one funeral. Thank God it gets replayed, as far as I know, in a bunch of the other shows. So I only get the one. My guys just explode, and that's it.
Although we're seeing now that Amuro is, like, now he's kicking ass, because, you know, he faced the three toughest suits and was managing to dodge all the attacks and took out one of them, and the other ones fled, so...
Yeah, again, that's what I was saying. Was the weirdest thing that we get shown these characters so much in Origin.
And we have Rebel going like, oh, these guys are tough. You know, they captured me in a battle of Loom. It's like, okay, well, this guy's gonna put up Ramba put up a better survive more battles against the Gundam than he did. Well, to be fair, Ramba would lose one of his pilots to the Gundam every time. We're like, okay, I gotta go.
Yeah, he would lose and run. This is the first time that they've shown up in the series. Again, it's the odd thing to me is the choice of who they decided to put in Origin. People that like had 2 episodes and then died. It's like, I guess to be fair, that's the choice was made by the manga, and then they chose who to pick from the manga. But yeah, it's like MASH. MASH had 3 appearances in Origin, and 1 here because he's only showed up for the 1 battle and died. And I think he's like the second person we see of the Black Tri-Stars in the Origin.
Yeah.
Because we see Miguel first. Because Miguel meets Ramba when he's walking in with Dozel. And then MASH is the first guy we see. I think. Is MASH the one with the face scar?
I think that's what they got.
Nope, it's MASH.
MASH.
Yep, MASH had the thing over his eye. The scar. Yeah. Again, it's weird. I have that expectation now because of having watched Origin first that some of these guys are going to survive longer than they did. Like, Clamp was just a background dude for a couple episodes and then gets killed so fast you barely would notice.
Well, he died doing what he loved, clamping.
They got the clamps.
Okay, clamps, yeah. He clamped that bomb.
Well, I mean, the element of him putting the bomb there, and then in a scene, he just, like, falls over because he gets shot. And it's like, if you weren't paying close attention to the continuity of who's standing where, you would know he died. I didn't know he died until I rewatched and I was taking notes. I was like, oh, yep, that's Clamp. He's dead. So now literally everybody who's ever stepped foot into Club Eden is now dead.
Yeah.
Except for those 3 guys that work with Kycilia, but I think we can assume that Kycilia probably killed them herself. Like, the dude that got slapped by Kycilia is probably the luckiest dude in the world, in that she was like, slapped, and I'm done with you. And not slapped, have him killed later, you know?
Or killed right there, like the guy who was in the moon. It's like, oh, so you blabbed. Okay, guys. Shoot him. Like, they shot him right there.
Yeah,
like,
literally, he had time to apologize because he knew what was about to happen.
Yeah. Like, she didn't even wait or, shoot him.
I guess we're so far into the war, she's run out of, like,
targets,
intimidation henchmen. You know, the henchmen that you kill to prove to all the other henchmen I'm not going to take any more shit. Shit, man, I've been killing so many people. These guys keep fucking up. There's nobody I haven't killed because they've all fucked up.
I'm running out of people to kill. Damn, what a problem. In the middle of the war, no less. You would think I had plenty of targets, right?
I don't know. Apparently she's making the play. She's making the play to be the top zombie anyway, so...
Yeah. It's like... But I imagine this. It's like, she's complaining about running out of guys to kill, and somebody goes here is like, yes, ma'am, but you're supposed to kill the enemy. They're the ones you have plenty to kill of. It's like, I don't kill you because you're the last one. Shut it.
Well, it's the thought that she's killing her own men for incompetence or failure, whatever like that, but she's also instilling a loyalty that people want her to be the top zombie.
I guess.
Well, I mean, obviously
McQueen seems to be
very
loyal.
Yeah,
but then he got that job directly because of her. So
he was already in command before she put him in a position. Remember, he was there at the meeting with all the other commanders, him and Romero. By the way, no fucking idea where Romero is or is up to right now, but he was sitting right next to bug-eyed Romero in the same meeting, so... And that was before Caecilia goes up to him to put him in charge of a thing.
Yeah. But, the fact that he has this particular position, which, according to the next Dawn, he's probably going to lose because, they already declared a winner.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't imply that he's specifically going to die, but it means he'll lose. I keep thinking he's going to die because he went out, right? He went out into a mobile base and is attacking people. It's like, oh, you left your base. The base is usually the one place you're safe in. Like, Matilda wouldn't have died if she didn't leave the base. And in this case, it's literally called White Base, so she could have stayed alive.
Yeah. And there was no ejection that time.
I think this is all McQueeve's fault. From the Zeon perspective, all of this failure is now McQueeve's fault because they dropped the white base, and then the Dops all fly away because it's like letting off smoke, and it's like literally they were called the Garma Revenge Squad because they were made to destroy the white base. So we know the standing order is destroy it, not leave it smoking on the ground. Like, crater that shit. Fire at it until you're out of weapons and then go back. But no, McQueen was like, yeah, this is fine. Also, I have intel. Because literally I know what Judok is up to, and I've told Judok to tell Elran to slow down the assault and everything. So clearly, if Judok knows the white base is still there, I know the white base is still there. We could still attack them. Like, I'm still in the area. It's his fault. Like, that thing that you fought the Gundam with last time that was pretty good about, locking it down, didn't get destroyed. You flew away in it. Bring it back. Attack it with that, how about
two of them got... one of them got destroyed, which was one of the... Because the G-Fighter destroyed one of them in the air.
I'm talking about the dome thing. The dome thing at the mining base. Yeah, no, the thing that has like the thing that can lock down the Gundam. Bring that fucking thing back. Lock down the Gundam, and then have, I don't know, the 65 Zops that you have in the area attack it all at once. Maybe the 2 Doms that you have, or the seemingly infinite number of goofs that you now have at your disposal.
Yeah.
There's no reason McQueen should have lost. If I'm making a list at the end of this run about reasons why Zeon lost, McQueen is number 1. Like, nothing else. Char failing to get the intel at Luna 2, that was like one guy getting shot at by like a whole squadron of people. Not his fault. Every fight that Char was in beforehand, there's the element of Char was trying to kill Garma, but there was nothing implicitly there, unless... Here's the thing. I made the argument before that the Gauze giant battleship cannon sort of things may have been able to take out the Gundam before, when Garma was calling for it to shoot, but Char had disrupted the communications. We later see a Gauze shoot the Gundam, and it doesn't destroy it. So, eliminating that from the picture, that was not a failure, because nothing would have happened.
Yeah.
This is the first element of, we have the white base dead to rights. I have a reliable intelligence source that is actively knowledgeable about communications with the white base. I have a massive military effort in the area, which is currently, in the past, and in the future, going to attack White Base. I have literally all the means at my disposal to win. To eliminate the Gundam from any future battle, to eliminate White Base from any future battle, and I guess by transitive properties, eliminate the gun tank and the gun cannon as well.
Yeah.
And just fails to do so because of some smoke. It's so fucking annoying. It's more annoying than plot armor, right? Plot armor would be like, oh, he gets shot by a thing that melts the shield all the time, but does nothing to him. It's like, okay, fine, whatever. He's the Gundam. Gundam is the hero. He's got to survive. This is just incompetency.
It's the idiot ball.
Well, he's the second in command to somebody who shoots people that are incompetent. Well, you said you were entranced by the episode. Give me some of your thoughts that you were entranced by.
Oh, that was the last episode. This episode...
No, I'm talking about this episode. So about halfway in, for like 10 minutes, you just went completely silent.
The battle between the Doms? Yeah, they're the Doms. And, not the Goofs. Because there's the Sakus, Doms, and Goofs. These are Doms. And the Gundam was pretty cool. I mean, the fact that now, because I've been saying this before, in the earlier episodes, they relied on, the Gundam is non-indestructible, but now we've seen that the Gundam can be damaged, almost their legs cut apart, etc. So that's not working. Now we switch over to, let's see how good Amuro is. And we're showing that Amuro has gone very good. Like these guys are attacking, stacking their attacks and stuff. Like in episode 5 or 6, they would have killed him, right? But here he's like stepping on this guy, hitting this other guy, killing he's kicking ass. But even then, it's not enough to stop that other guy from, I guess, doing the Kirk on the cockpit and killing Matilda. So it's like, yeah, that's a thing. Although that explosion also took out the dom that was damaged already, so they both went up in a huge fireball. So
no, Amuro killed that dom.
Yeah, he stopped it, but then when it crashed, it also was a huge fireball of the two of them. So and later on, we see the crater where the
because the dom evidently does the same thing that Zaku's do.
Yeah, and
again, God forbid that you have like a mishap on your space station or something. Like this is a huge design flaw. Yeah, no, like I said, the same thing I said really early on. I would hate to be a Zaku fighting in formation.
One missile and you lose everything. Like you could see the entire side explode because if you have enough Zaku stack in a place, it's like stacking dynamite. It's like hit one and
yeah. So I guess at the end of the day, you really have to respect the Zeon Transport Corps
for being nice suicidal. Carrying explosives, things that could kill them in one shot.
Yeah, they're responsible for transporting these things to every front of the war, which means they're basically like Matilda already, flying into dangerous situations. But more than Matilda, they're basically, carrying like shiploads of Pintos.
They do mention a siege, which is interesting because we do talk about how supposedly the Zeons have space superiority, but clearly they don't, because otherwise they would have blasted the Federation forces that were assembling for the attack.
It could be a ground-based siege.
I mean, yeah, but you need you need at least control over your own airspace. Otherwise, they'll just, they'll send the dupes and strafe them. They'll use the battleships to bomb them, right?
I don't know. I'd say it's a weird convention, the fact that we have space in the mix, because it could be that they have air superiority, but the convention of coming from high atmosphere to low atmosphere means that air superiority can still block space superiority.
I mean, it makes you're vulnerable when you're, in re-entry. That's been shown before. Yeah. And also,
well, that's what I mean. They could still, Zeon could still have space superiority. They just can't get to the fucking ground because the Federation has air superiority. the different levels of the fight, right? It's 4D chess, basically.
And I don't think the Federation fleet has been completely eradicated. So,
oh no, remember the Federation fleet got decimated in the colloquial term, not in the literal definition of the word term, to the point that they were basically equal with Zeon, because they heavily outnumbered Zeon, but Zeon had such an amazing victory, the Battle of Loom, that they made things even.
Yeah, so there's still a factor, which means getting supplies down to and from Earth. Because he mentioned like he's the one who's been getting our supplies from Earth, like implying that it's not an easy thing to do, right?
I don't know where the fleet would be unless they landed in Jaburo and they're on Earth.
Or in orbit, I mean.
Well, we know the moon is Zeon territory because they conquered both of the moon cities. We know Side 3 is Zeon territory. So, what was it, 5? Rhea, I don't remember what side Rhea is neutral. So obviously they're not going to be there, otherwise they're going to wind up like all the other sides, which is destroyed. Side 7 is an unknown, so maybe they could be hanging out in Side 7, but otherwise there's no space base that we're aware of for the entire Federation fleet to be at.
Orbiting the Earth, probably. Be able to land and take off again.
I don't know. Like you said, it seems to me that I guess they could go to Jaburo, since we know that Jaburo has takeoff locations and whatnot. Because it would be easier to have a base that you could stay at rather than a base, rather than just being in orbit, because that would preclude the need to transport materials if you were just at the base and could load up and get repaired and everything.
Yeah, but also you want to try to intercept anything that comes to and from Earth from space.
Right. It's the idea of not having a baseless fleet versus a fleet that can rest and recuperate and everything.
Oh, I mean, yeah, true, yeah. As long as they control one aspects, somewhere to land and repair, then yeah.
Again, we haven't been introduced to the idea of star bases before, so seeing one, again, I was waiting for the narrator to stop talking. I said, who's talking right now? I didn't. Yeah. I actually couldn't actually understand if it was a narrator or not, because the fact we're panning down over a space station. I expected the next move is zoom in on the space station and see who's on board. Instead, we just stop halfway, keep talking, then oh no, we're following a transport. So implying it's a space station that the Zeon control in orbit.
Exactly.
Which
is what Cassilia was talking to people.
Well, I mean, it also implies that it's not full control over orbit if it is just Earth Federation ships flying around out there.
Yeah. Also, there's Luna 2. I guess Luna 2 got destroyed?
No, Luna 2 is still there.
But it's now controlled by the Zeons?
Luna 2 is a mining operation, so technically it's nobody. It all depends on what we consider Side 7 to be right now. And Side 7 wasn't really addressed by the narrator, other than the fact that it's the furthest place away. And again, it's the idea that it has a giant hole in it, everyone evacuated, meaning nobody fixed the hole, which means, do you have to, bring more oxygen? How does that work? Do we just, ship giant tanks of oxygen? Because, air doesn't exist in a vacuum.
Dissipates, yeah.
Well, I mean, more so, you can't just, plant trees, right? Trees take in carbon dioxide. There has to be a atmosphere of some type to even create more atmosphere. So, I guess you could ship in ice. Melt ice, create, because, you need to break down the elements to make hydrogen.
I mean, that would explain the lakes, not only for cooling, but if you use ice as the ice breaks down and fills in the lakes, it fills the air with oxygen.
You ever read Rama? Rendezvous with Rama?
The first one? No, first one? Yeah, the first one. Yeah,
because the first one also has the whole frozen lakes being warmed by getting closer to the sun and, that whole thing. Yeah. I mean, from what I understand of the other follow-up books, the first one's the only one you really need to want to read, so...
Yeah, because they're not written by Arthur C. Clarke after that.
Yeah. I also the idea of the unsolved mystery more so than the intergalactic community thing that goes on with the other ones. But yeah, no, I mean, I guess that could be the thing. Like, you know, bring in a comet or something and use it for parts to create an atmosphere with.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we haven't heard anything about that, and it's only been, I don't know.
22 episodes, 23 episodes?
Well, no, I was going to say a number of months, but I don't know. I was about to say the difference between Origin to now has been several months, but there's been no real indicator about how much time has passed since the start of this to now.
I think it's 7 months, if I'm not mistaken.
No, that's the start of Origin to now. If it was another 7 months, we'd already be outside the 1 year war. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it has. I think September. It's September right now, but I don't know when this started. We weren't given a date, other than to say it's been several months. So I think I made a guess at the start of this show that it was September then. Because I think I guessed literally 7 months, from several months to 7 months, because for something my brain is wont to do in these situations, to turn several into 7. So I already think in that situation that we're in the same month that we left Side 7.
Well, yeah. Which means that a lot of stuff happened very quickly.
Yeah. Otherwise, I have no idea. I don't think they're at Side 7. I don't think the Federation fleet's move would be, hey, let's go to the furthest place away from Earth. And again, Luna 2 doesn't have anything that I'm aware of. Because they only described it as a source of resources for...
Well, there was a base on Luna 2, but that got blown up by Char. So...
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that, too. Even though I just brought up the whole Xeon Transport Corps. Which is, the purview of that episode.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any final thoughts?
I'm looking forward to... I mean, I guess I get looking forward to Operation Odessa. Not the what is going to happen, but how. And the effects of that later on, if the narrator doesn't keep spoiling it.
I hope not. This is a weird tack to take.
Yeah.
Next time on, Char's return. Char kills Amuro. Like, what? Ah, damn it.
Char loses again.
Yeah. Oh, well. That has been another episode of Mobile Suit Gundam from us. Once again, I have been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below, and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?